Welcome to Inside the Blue Zone. This is your host, Davion Hartfield.
This is Leah Rivera.
This is Sasha Leos.
And this is Briseida Ayala.
This is Alex Trejo. And we're just going to ask you guys a couple questions today. So the first question is, what made you guys want to join the tennis team?
I just wanted to join it because I had fun over the summer with my friend, and I thought it'd be interesting to see how far I could go just joining the team.
I decided to join tennis this year because I've been playing tennis since I was little with my dad, and my brothers played it, and they've really enjoyed playing it, and I've been playing with them. And that's kind of what inspired me to play tennis, because I've always been playing it, and I thought it was fun, and I really enjoyed it. So, yeah.
I've actually never played tennis. It's never been in, my family or anything. I know no one that plays. So, starting high school, one of my friends, she started playing literally just randomly. She decided to try out for tennis, and she made it, and she, picked it up really quick. She's really good. So that kind of just inspired me. I was like, well, she's never played until last year. I've never played until, this year. So I think I have a chance at having fun and being good. And I know a handful of the people on the team, too. So that just really, pushed me to join.
Okay, so what is the competition like in tennis?
Okay, so, recently, they've, been losing a lot of seniors, and I feel like last year and the years before, we've had, troubles with them. But this year, I feel like as a team, we become more, competitive and stronger as a team, that we're able to take down these, other schools. Or not take down, but able to, compete with them. And I feel like as a team, we are able to actually compete with these people. And, yeah, I feel like, I don't know. I feel like as an environment, all these other people, they have great sportsmanship. I feel like everyone is super nice. Everyone's super kind. Obviously, there's some teams and some, individuals who kind of don't have respect or any sportsmanship, but you just have to, kind of, rub it off and ignore them. But
I think the competition, it could be really tough, especially playing against girls. We recently just played Vincent, and I know talking to the girls that I played against, they've been playing all their life. So I think it was a little bit intimidating, because I know tennis is just a very competitive sport. One-on-one especially, it's just you and the other person on that court. So it's very competitive. The atmosphere is just very I don't know, it's just very one-on-one.
It's pretty hard competition, especially since sometimes the girls and you know how it's like to lose, so you don't want them to feel that way, but at the same time you want to win. I feel like it's very hard on yourself too at times, because especially when it's singles, because it's just you and you have no one to blame but yourself, so it's hard. But at the end of the day, it's all good sportsmanship, and win or lose, it's fun.
How do you guys prepare for what do you call it? It was a meet or a match? A match. How do you guys prepare for that? What is practice like, and where do you lead up to the match?
To lead up to the match, we do a bunch of drills, which is really fun. We play matches against each other, and we try to improve our skills. We condition a lot, so even if it's hot, but oh well.
What do y'all do for conditioning?
We just run the courts. It's not we kind of run the courts, and then he has us do drills that it's constant hitting, where it's it'll get you, I don't know, not tired out, but kind of a little fatigued. Just a little. It's not a lot, but that is how he prepares us. Because when you're playing a match, it's it's an ongoing rally. You can't give up, so you have to have the stamina to continue hitting and with all your energy with each hit. And so I feel that's kind of what he attempts to do with us during practice. He wants us, he does drills where it's back-to-back hand, forehands, back-to-back backhands. He just does drills like that. And I feel that's really it prepares us a lot, because with these rallies they're it's an ongoing rally. I swear it's a minute or like 2 minutes, like just straight hitting like with full force, and like that may not seem like a lot of time, but when you're on the court, it's like it's kind of like a lot. So I feel like my coach does really well with that, with like conditioning us with how much we're actually doing on the court. So yeah.
I think also he does a really good job on giving us drills with just like keeping us on our feet, like back and forth, because that's really what a match is. Like you hit the ball like one spot, they're going to hit it. They're not going to hit it right back at you a lot of the time. They're going to try to hit it opposite or shallow if you're playing back. So we just need to practice a lot, just staying on our toes and being ready to move wherever the ball's going to go.
Another thing is like he's very big on technique. So if you're like doing a rally with someone and he sees that you're not holding the racket right, or he sees you, they're hitting it wrong, like very obviously wrong, like he'll stop the match, like he'll stop everything, and like he'll tell you how to hit it right, and he'll like kind of shame you, like he'll shame you in front of all your teammates. Like he's trying to be funny with it, but he's like he's kind of like monotone. So. But it's like he's joking around with it, and we all think it's funny.
Yeah,
but
we love him though. We love Dan.
We love Coach Dan. But he's very funny with the way he like kind of coaches you to, kind of shames you into kind of doing things better. Right. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, what is the environment like in tennis?
So like when we're doing our matches, like it's kind of only our parents there. Because they're kind of like after school, and a lot of students have stuff after school, so a lot of students can't go, and kind of like no one on the tennis team wants people to go because it's kind of considered like a quiet sport. Like when you're playing it, you don't want anyone to be yelling or cheering, really. It's kind of very quiet. It's just parents, and a lot of our kids just want it that way because it's just how it's always been. That's just the environment of tennis and like overall. So yeah.
I feel like the environment in tennis can be tense during matches, but like Sasha said, a lot of parents only go, not a bunch of students, which I feel like a lot of people like because it doesn't ruin their focus. I also feel like there not being a lot of people at times can not put so much pressure on you, so I enjoy that. But at the end, it's very fun. Win or lose, you have your teammates to motivate you, so it feels nice that there's someone there for you. I think it's very fun, especially to meet new people that way. So yeah, I think it's a very positive environment for me.
Yeah, I think overall, I think it really is a positive environment. It can be tough, like, to get the recognition for tennis sometimes because people are always like, oh, tennis? Like, it's that people just think like it's such a random sport. Just because we don't get a lot of recognition, just because we don't have, say, like a student section to be there like supporting us, which in reality might be for the better because it's really just like a focused sport. Like you don't want the distraction of like a crowd cheering. Like I know personally I get a little bit distracted even when my parents are on the other side of the fence and they're like giving me tips. But I think overall, it's just really nice how like everyone's supporting each other. I know like Coach Jan will remind us sometimes to stay like after our own matches just to support the other girls that still have their matches going on.
Even though you guys play like mostly on the court by yourself, what is the team connection like? Like even during practice or like, just how is it like being, even though you only play on the court by yourself sometimes?
I think it's good. I think it's strong. I think our team's very funny together, especially in practice. We always joke around. Even when we're doing a serious drill, we can't stop it. Yap our lives away. It's pretty fun. Even in games, we like to talk a lot. On the bus drives to games, there's a lot of conversation where you have to be told to shut up, but it's all worth it. It's good memories. So, yeah.
Annoying the bus driver.
Yeah.
I think during practices, it's where we kind of build our team bonding, I guess. Because obviously, like, if you're doing, like, a drill or whatever and you, like, mess up and you, like, kind of talk to the person behind you, like, oh, my gosh, like, what did I just do? Like, no, yeah.
Like,
and
you didn't see that. Yeah.
I know, yeah. Like, But yeah, I feel like it's kind of, we're always there for each other. So let's say like we do bad in a match, or you know, we know it wasn't our best match, but you know, we're always there for each other after they end. They're like, oh, how are you doing? Like, oh, you know, it's going, you know, like it's fine. But we're just kind of there to motivate each other, because that's kind of what it's all about, because we know it's all about like mental, since you are kind of like the only ones out there. And so I'm trying to, like, whenever I play doubles, I'm trying to be there for my partner. So like every single time, like something, you know, they kind of make a little mistake, I'm like, I tell them it's all right, like don't worry about it, like don't think about it too much, because it's really not like too big of a deal when it's, you know, if we're up. I mean, if it's one little mistake, I mean, I'm trying not to put that in their head that they
made a mistake.
Yeah, because then they're obviously going to think about it too much, and they're going to get negative, and they're just going to, you know, start performing a little worse. So I try to be there for my teammates, and, you know, I feel like that's also what every other, like, girl on team is. They want to be there for everyone else, because they see how it positively, like, impacts, like, our team and our scores. So, yeah.
I think especially playing like a doubles match, when you do have that person on the court with you, it's really important to, you know, like hype them up when they do something good. Like I always try to tell my doubles partner, whoever I'm playing with, I always try to tell them, like, if they mess up, I'm like, okay, like shake it off, take your time on the next one. And like I try to just keep that like in their mind. Always just trying to stay positive too. You never want to be negative. Because like one little mistake can start like a domino effect of mistakes, just because you keep that in your mind. But like outside of the court, I think it's really nice how we're all there for each other, just staying positive overall. Like we try to, if we lose a match, we try to think like, okay, well, I was doing good this game, or I hit well, or different things. Like I improved on this compared to my last match. And I feel like we just try to talk about that a lot, and try not to focus on the negative fact if we lost.
What is the stereotype in being a tennis player?
I feel like the biggest stereotype is that like everyone is kind of like smart. I feel like in every single school this like applies to, I swear it's like worldwide, everyone's just smart. Like I know for my team, like every single girl is like very academically smart. They kind of prioritize their school over anything. So if you go to like one of our matches, you'll see girls on the bleachers doing homework. I know yesterday I saw, I think 5 girls like pulling out their Chromebook and writing down notes, doing their homework. They kind of take like their time. They prioritize school. I actually admire that, because I don't do that, but I admire that they take their time doing that. But I think it's really funny that that's actually like a stereotype, and it's actually true, because other schools too, I mean, you see it. Like if we go to Brawley, you'll still see Brawley girls doing their homework.
Backpacks out and everything,
like you'll see Calexico, like they're all like that. And I feel like with boys it's the same thing too. Like they're all like academically like smart. They're all like, they all have good grades, they all try their best in school. So it's not like tennis is kind of like they're prioritizing it. It's more like school, but tennis is something on the side that they do, and they just happen to be like good at it, I guess. But we have our weapons, like our academic weapons though. Like I know a handful of the girls, especially I know like a lot of the varsity girls with their straight A's, taking the APs, dual enrollment, and still being crazy at tennis. Like I give them a lot of props for that. It's like shocking when I'm like talking to one of these girls. I'm like, how many APs are you taking? Like what? Like I was so shocked, and like, oh my god, those are like so many girls. Literally every single varsity girl is like taking an AP, and they're all smart. Stacked, every single one of them is smart. And I don't know, I like talking about school a lot, and so like I feel like that's how we're also bond. We bond about school a lot. Like it's your like stereotype. like we'll say it's so annoying, or like, oh my god, I love this class, like I love learning about this, like, oh, what do you want to do in the future? I feel like that's just kind of conversations that we have, because I don't know, it's just intriguing to us. I think that's just kind of the group of people that it pulls in. So definitely I see that pattern a lot. I think you wanna I think like not a stereotype per se, but something that I hear people say a lot is that tennis is really easy, which I hear that like a lot. And so I wouldn't say
like, I would say it's easy to play. Like, you can hit the ball back over the net, like, no sweat. Or, like, serving, I mean, you could just tap it over, right? But I think it's just hard to be good, which is something that, like, we could all probably get on ourselves about. Like, there's so many different techniques within, like, hitting the ball, getting the spin on your serve, backhands, like, also just staying consistent. That's something that, like, people don't look at when they think, like, oh, like, she plays tennis. They're kind of just like, oh, she plays tennis? Like, that's something I hear a lot.
For the last question, what are your plans after high school? Like, do you plan on going to college for tennis, or just, like, you know, what are your plans after high school?
Well, since I'm closer to graduating, I think after high school I'm not going to continue tennis, to be honest, like, not in college. I'm going to go to a trade school. But I'm pretty sure I'll be doing tennis on my free time when I can, with friends that I know of that have also graduated. But I don't think I'll be continuing it in college or anything like that.
Yeah, I think the same goes for me. I don't plan on, like, pursuing tennis, like, in college, but I do plan on playing tennis, like, in my free time, like, anything that I, like, want to do. Just because I think I enjoy it a lot. I like playing it. I enjoy my time when I'm playing tennis, like, especially with my friends. I love playing with my friends. I mean, it's just kind of like an enjoyment sport. That's what it is to me. Like, I play tennis because I enjoy playing it, not because, you know, I want to.
Someone's making you.
Yeah. So I feel like that's what I would plan to do with tennis. But I plan on going to, like, a college or, you know, probably one in San Diego. So I don't know. It just kind of depends on the people that are out there and who want to play. But I'm sure they will. So yeah.
I think for me, I don't plan on playing tennis outside of, like, after high school once I graduate. Like, I think I'll just play up to my senior year. Just not because of, like, I'm discouraged or anything, but I've seen a lot of the competition, and I do think there's, like, other girls that could play at that level. But I mean, it is only my first year.
Yeah.
But no. But yeah, after high school, I think I want to go to school to study criminal justice, and then when I'm old enough to be armed, go to the CHP Academy. You know, hopefully that'll be my path.
Okay, so and that's gonna conclude our podcast. Thank you. Later.